Hello and welcome everybody. How are you all going? I hope you're going very, very well today. This morning, it is this morning for me anyway. It's probably right on bedtime for a lot of you guys, but not for me. But welcome along everyone. Welcome Piosco, Staniel and Daniel, Hippie Heed, Jack Pa, Tommy, Fark Man. It's good to have you here. Great to have you along for a very quick morning stream. Just a very, very quick one. Do a bit of offline stuff is what I thought I would do. I thought I'd smash it out. Wanted to try it, get back into a couple of different things, and I thought, hey, if I'm going to do it, I may as well jump online and do it with all of you guys. Knee slider. You're going to patch me in our next encounter. Okay. It seems strange, but cool. No worries. Morning, hippie. Chrome extension blocked it. Ugh, you hate to see it. That is not what you want to see. Alrighty. Let's see. That's got to come across a little bit. And then we'll transition that on. Hopefully that'll fix the chat box so it's on the screen. I've got some donations flying through. It's all going well. What are we doing? GT League. So what do we get? We got the GR3 endurance race. We got some GR2 stuff though, didn't we? Yeah, here we go. Starting grid 16th. 10 lapper. This is the sort of thing that might be worth doing. 10 PM still early. Yeah, 10 PM's just getting going. And I'm only going to be here for a short amount of time. Let's jump in with the only GR2 car I have. Now, I've upped the frame rate a little bit, as well as the actual amount of bitsels I'm putting out. So if I'm getting frame rate drops and stuff, be sure to tell me. Get myself set up here. Only thing you can't do is mention people in the chat. It is begging for a livery. Actually, you made one, hippie. I was just looking at that before. Hope the VTEC doesn't blow up in this race. Lexus GR2 is probably the best. Oh, good, because it's the only one I bought. So, so happy enough with that. Just gone 11 PM. Glad to get some racing in before bed. This is weird catching you all right before your bedtime. Normally it's right before my bedtime. Microphone in a spot where I'm not going to elbow it out of the way mid-race. That should be okay now, I think. You have the NSX. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I do. Didn't I thought I bought the Lexus. No, the Lexus. I didn't. Welcome to mornings, where my brain is barely functioning. Alright, well, let's get to it. So everybody kick back, lower your expectations, and we're going to have a good time. Change gear, please. Thank you. So where have I started? 16th out of 20th. You know what, in hindsight, should have changed my shoes before I started doing this. I currently have my Ugg boots on. And they're a little bit heavy and a little bit hot. Bit of a dive, bit of a last minute dive bomb, but I've got 10 laps to do here. Gee whiz, the AI is slow. Let's try TCS off for a little bit. Better than racing in thongs, yeah, damn straight. Not really a thongs guy, to be honest with you, don't really wear them. Or flip-flops, if that's your preferred terminology. But I reckon after this one I'm going to have to do a quick last minute shoe change. Man, these things really have a lot of aero. The faster you go, the more they grip. Feel pretty good, actually. Charlie Ricciardo. Now, that's a name I can get behind. People have attached a lot of different Formula 1 last names to me. But I can come at Ricciardo. I'm okay with that one. I could trigger you all by saying he's the best driver on the grid. Just doesn't have the best car. Hey Sol, great to have you here. I've been tampering my balls for some time. Manipulating my balls for some time. But I also don't get paid to not do that. So, you know. I did think it was pretty savage, the post by Netflix Australia. They put up a picture of their 3 names. You know, when you log into Netflix and you got to pick which name it is. Put their 3 names up on the login screen as a picture, and just said, now that you got some free time on your hands. Did laugh. Put it up on my Discord yesterday. So those of you that don't know, I'm on Discord now. People have been asking for it for some time. I'm brand new to Discord. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I've sort of gave myself a bit of a crash course in Discord last night. Or yesterday, I should say. Not just last night. But it's good. It seems really good, actually. Just sort of seems like a way of live chatting, much like we're doing here. But I can do it when I'm not streaming. So if you've got Discord, make sure you join. I think I should have a link hopefully in the description of this video. I also put Nightbot on the job. Righto mate, jeez. Calm down. Why don't you just accelerate normally? I don't understand the AI here. How about you turn the AI difficulty up by about 200% and then let me qualify? How about that? I know that's going against the traditional Gran Turismo formula, but gee whiz. Haven't worn thongs in 25 years. I don't think I've ever worn thongs. Just started wearing sandals. Yeah, no, not on the sandals train either yet. Hey, sandals don't really do it for me. These cars do feel great to drive. This is why I wanted to just jump in. Jump in this morning. I don't have a lot of time, obviously being an Easter weekend and me having family and family commitments. I've got 2 busy days coming up, and if I'm not on the road by 10, I reckon Mrs. Roscoe will probably kick me square in the nuts, so thought I'd jump on just for a little bit. This thing's... Oh yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for that tap, mate. But this thing is actually very drivable with no TCS on. Just in case you're wondering how that's going since I turned it off. It's, to be honest, it's actually fine. Pretty good, to be honest. Barefoot on the G29? Nah, I don't like racing in... I know most people take shoes off and run either socks or just bare feet to race on their sim rigs, but I don't. Much like a real car, I don't like driving a real car with no shoes on. I don't like driving in this either. I prefer to slip some shoes on. Definitely think my next little race I... Oh, just got another little shove from them. Definitely think the next race I run will be a GR2 race. Because these things are great. I haven't tried them around Bathurst yet. Geez, I reckon I'll get a cracking time. I reckon you could be looking at like 1 minute 40s maybe. So I'm second already, and I'm not even halfway through the race. There's no tyre wear, no fuel burn, and I haven't exactly been going that well. Like, I've tried to keep it clean, but if I was online, I'd be getting absolutely swallowed up, because none of these are great lap times. So I think the next patch, if they've now given us all the free cars they told us they'd give us, be nice for them to focus on AI difficulty. Some of these endurance races and such might actually be fun. Problem is, if they turn the AI difficulty up too far, then they really need to introduce qualifying, because you can't just sort of pump AI up massively but then still have people start in 16th place every time. Because if the AI is good enough, then it's going to be very hard in a 10 lap race to come back from 16th. But look at this, this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, it breaks me on the outside. I took it easy. It's the first sign of life from the AI. It's just so slow through this stuff. Look at that. Look at the pace difference. It's ridiculous. Now I suppose I just try and read chat over the next 5 laps. It's like a GR3 on steroids. It's like a GR3 with an absolute bucket load. Absolute bucket load of downforce. And that's pretty much exactly what it is. Good fun, actually. Thoroughly enjoy. Yeah, 400. Yeah, that's right. Beth, 800,000 is the cost of them. Oh, reading chat. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I got this. Buy the Lexus first. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'd like to buy all 3 of them, but we'll see how long that takes me to actually gain enough money. I might have to try and do. I mean, I've still got all the challenges and stuff to do. And like the other night, Ryan was pumping through the challenges, and he was actually making a fair bit of coin off them. So that might be one of the quicker ways to do it, because I could break so much later there. I mainly just play online, like the GTSport, and it does take a little while to accumulate, you know, $1 million. doing that, so probably actually better off doing offline races like this from time to time. Is that... am I about to lap someone on lap 6? Good God. I'm going to have to overtake the whole field again, aren't I? You've got a laser 10mm, nice. Please, get out of the way. The Nissan is a monster. The AI, oh, the AI is an absolute joke. I think I've been sort of holding off on doing a wish list video for Gran Turismo for a long time, but I think now's the right time to do it. Since the last patch, now that we've got all the cars they've promised us, that's not to say they won't be giving us more, but that's what they initially promised us. Now that they're done, out of the way, there's quite a long list of things I'd like to see them added into the game. I guess it just depends. Now that's braking after the 50-metre mark there. I did smash down the gears a bit hard though. But these things are just mental. They're all, love them, absolutely love them. I mean, I guess my question is, did the people at Polyphony Digital actually play the offline modes? And if they do, how bad are they? Like, how terrible are they to sit back and go, yep, yeah, reckon we got the AI just about spot on. Just casually overtake 3 down the inside, no big deal, don't worry about it. But this is why I don't spend a lot of time playing the online mode. Because it's just a joke. I mean, what position do you reckon I'm up to? I've got to be midfield by now. Jesus. Oh, that it just sneaks up on you how slow they're going. It really surprises you. I probably don't care as long as the online works. Yeah, you're right. I really don't think. Well, you know, obviously a lot of people, which they probably anticipated, a lot of people did complain there wasn't much offline stuff when this game launched, but I think I said it in the previous video. It might have even been that little early on review video that I did of Gran Turismo Sport. I did mention that PD never sort of promised that it would have much in the way of offline stuff. They said from the very beginning before the game launched that it would be predominantly online based and that there would be very little offline play, but they obviously copped a lot of slack from people who either didn't listen to that or just didn't care and still complained about the lack of single player. So they've whacked this in, but you sort of wonder how much of it, you know, yeah, you wonder how much they really cared. Like, in a race like this, at least give us tyre wear or fuel burn or something to have to deal with. Why are you braking on the exit of the corner? That makes no sense. But the Peggy 7 game or something, so I suppose they need to be family friendly. Yeah, but just because someone's 7 doesn't mean they're retarded. Do you know what I mean? I still kind of think, like, young people get real good at video games. Like, real good. Plus, I think all racing simulators are pretty much rated Peggy 7 or whatever it is, the lowest rating. I don't really know the Peggy system. Jeez, we got Swamp Crotch in. Great to have you back, Swampy. How have you been, mate? Luca, Lewis Jr. We got the whole clan here. This is good to see. That's why I wanted to do just one morning stream, even though I don't really have a lot of time today. I just wanted to jump in at a different time, try and catch a few people. Let you know that I have a Discord now, because it is something that people have been asking me for quite a long time, both in the stream and in private messages, Facebook messages, things like that. Asked me when I was going to and if I was going to. The issue is I knew nothing about Discord, but having learned a bit yesterday, I actually think it's going to be really good. I think it's probably exactly what I was looking for, a good way to communicate with everyone when I'm actually not on live stream. Which is what this is all about, building up a bit of a community. I actually kind of wish I hadn't taken so long to get my ass into gear and get it sorted out. But anyway, it's there. So if you'd like to join, I think the link is, even if you don't have Discord, it's worth figuring out, because it goes alright. If you're the kind of guy who sits in chat, reading the chat or participating, then it's pretty much just what Discord is, except it keeps your comments there. Very boring laps across the line. On the upside, oh, look out. Who was that? G-Rex again. Good grief, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That is like every stream since I've put Super Chat on. You've thrown me one. I do appreciate that, my friend. You are too kind to me. But thank you very much. What time is it for me? It's 10:30 p.m. I'm on at a great time for you. That's why I wanted to be here. It's 8:24, 8:30 a.m. for me. I wasn't really sure if I was going to stream this morning or not. I probably would have tried to have got on a little bit earlier. Pardon me, if I sort of had decided, but I was in two minds, and then it was actually my wife that said, well, you're not going to be able, because I wanted to do one this morning, like over the weekend, but I was supposed to have a 4-day weekend, which unfortunately was taken away from me. I have to work Monday now, so I couldn't do a live stream tomorrow morning. Easter Sunday, I've got to get up early, head down to my parents, all the rest for Easter egg hunts with the girls. Monday, I've got to work now, so I thought it's now or it is never. So I thought I'd jump on, smash out a quick 1 hour. And I wanted to use the GR2 cars as well. Haven't seen a stream in a while, been too busy with work. Yeah, that's cool, Swampy. It's great to have you pop by whenever you can, mate. Hippie, you're going to get your 9-year-old on, see how she does. You know what? With a bit of practice, Hippie, she will smash them. She will smash them. Happy Easter indeed. Happy Easter to you as well, Beth, and everyone. Thanks to everyone that's jumped in. I know it's a bit of a different time stream, which means I reckon I've got almost no Australians, which usually make up half the concurrent viewers or other Aussies. I don't have too many of them floating around at the moment, but that's cool. I was sort of thinking about doing that, but I reckon I'm going to run out of time. What's the time? 8:30. 25 laps. it's going to be 2 minutes per lap. So you're looking at 50 minutes of AI. Has anyone done this? Are the AI any better than what I just did before? Because if the AI are decent, then I might do this just to finish the stream out. Have a chat, read up Mountain Straight and down Conrod Straight for the rest of the stream. But if the AI is no better than what I just did in there, then I don't think I would do that. Dom, we are up early. Don't worry about that. Got them turned up, got them from other channels also. What was that one about? Are you talking about notifications in Discord? All I've done, because I've now followed, as of yesterday, a couple of different channels. So I've just muted the ones. I think you just right click on them and mute the channels, and then you don't get any notifications from those ones. And then I've just left 2 on. But, you know, if it means your phone's dinging flat out or whatever, you could just mute all of them and jump in whenever you want. Amish, have a good weekend. Thank you. Much appreciated. You as well. Is the Bathurst 6 hour tomorrow? It absolutely is. And what time does it start? I think it's 11:30 local time. So whatever time it is for you right now, that is in 3 hours time. Because it's 8:30 AM now. So at 11:30 AM is when the Bathurst 6 hour starts. So whatever time it is for you, add 3 hours. Which I suspect for a lot of you guys in Europe is going to be quite late. YouTube not being consistent. Oh, so yeah, probably not a lot of people getting notifications. It's yeah, it's tough like that. 2 AM alarm it is then. Yeah, pretty much. So what did we decide? Do I try this for the last sort of hour of the stream? Or 50 minutes of the stream, or should I just go and do a couple more of those other GR2 things? I don't know what, I think the daily races aren't very good, so even if I just jumped in to that, it probably wouldn't be worth it, but I think the Endurance League is a step up in AI. I remember that was ridiculously easy. The Porsche Cup was more challenging. But I also don't really want to do 25 laps of Bathurst if I'm first by... I'm starting last, but if I'm first by sort of lap 5, lap 7, it's probably not something I want to invest. This is the one you ran fuel level 6. Oh, maybe I should do that. Yeah, no notification, Hemulin. It's difficult. It's one of those things that even if you go and hit the bell on the channel, it doesn't necessarily send you one. And I have heard that, I reckon my month of March, because it was such a difficult month, has screwed me over a bit as well, because I have heard that if you don't sort of post consistently on YouTube, and I don't know what their version of consistency is, but obviously because every other weekend I'd been quite busy, I was going 5 days without putting any content on the channel, and without live streaming. I have heard, didn't I win I won an 86 last stream. I think I've won 3 86s in about the last 4 or 5 live streams. Anyway, I've never won anything good in the day, in that. Ugh, there's Lewis. You hate to see it. I'll check what the dailies are just in case, but otherwise I might go and try and smash out Bathurst on... So Tokyo Express is a negative. They're the same as actually what was posted on Discord last night. So they haven't been updated yet. So the one make is a no-goer. Even though it's a RX-7, would love to use the RX-7. Have bought one, haven't used it. Kyoto Driving Park and GR4, and then I don't own the Red Bull X 2014 Junior, and I don't have enough cash at 330,000. So I might go and try and run Bathurst, and I'll try and make it difficult for myself. Been having a bit of trouble with Google today, so it might be linked to that as your email. Yeah, what's with that? I logged on, it must be a Google thing, because I logged on to do this, and for some reason, I'd been signed out of all of my, like YouTube I was signed out of and stuff. I'm never signed out of YouTube. I signed out of YouTube and Google in general, so I wonder if they did a bit of an update on their end. Should probably turn my phone onto silent. Sweet. So some people are getting notified. A couple of new people joined the Discord. That's good. That's good. Now just let me quickly slide off my Ugg boots and slide into some shoes. I won't try and talk too much because I'm at the other side of the room and it'll sound like I'm talking to you from the shitter. Ah, there we go. Now, what car? The Lexus. Yeah, bugger it. It's new. Why not? Let's use the new things. I knew I bought a Lexus. It was the GR3 I bought. I love when you're close to the AI in the front and then they skid off at the next corner. Yep. RX-7 was fun on Tsukuba for the One Make series. Yeah, nice, Daniel. I'm keen to use it. Obviously, being an RX-7 fan, and I'm probably due a livery stream at some stage. So I'll probably do it on the FC RX-7. In before the AI ruined GR4 times. Yep. It was setting update. Yeah, a settings update with Google. Okay, knee slider. So that's why it's sort of done that. You're in the Discord now, Hamulin. Awesome. Awesome. Are you well versed at Discord, Hamulin, or is this your first go at it? Much like 90% of everyone else that's joined, everyone's pretty much jumped in going, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I really do believe it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good thing. Now, I brought some water in here. I'm going to have some of that too. Bit dry first thing in the morning. Haven't even had breakfast yet. Had my morning coffee and then went, yeah, nah, bugger it. I'm going to go. Yeah, knee slider on Discord now. I know, it's amazing, right? I'm learning new things every day. But even if you don't have it, I would recommend getting it. It seems like it's going to be quite a cool thing. Oh. I turned TCS off even though I'm slower with it. Because it's about trying to make this, this thing doesn't grip like the GR2. And I want to run fuel on 6. Give myself the least power I can. We'll go... Geez, you really do lose a lot of power on fuel burn at 6, don't you? Hey Ryan, welcome. You're actually joining the stream as literally just a viewer. Gee whiz, this thing is gutless. You know what? It actually feels weird. I'm not that happy with this car. It's like the first half of the throttle press, nothing happens. And then as you push the throttle down further, it sort of gives you that much more power. It's a strange feeling car actually. Gee, I'm wondering if the fuel burn on 6 is actually going to give me too much of a disadvantage. I'm halfway through the first lap and I can't even keep up with that guy. I might turn the fuel burn up a little bit. We'll go to 4. Because this thing is gutless as hell. I might have to go, look at that, I can't even, might actually have to increase it a bit. Because Because it's taken me a lap and a bit, and he's going to pull away here. Yep. You haven't got out of bed, Ryan, and you can't stay long. No, I understand that, dude. You'd be dialing in live from the Dong, wouldn't you? Up at Wodonga. Because I've got no power at the moment. That's just all flat. The whole way up the mountain there is just absolutely flat. We'll have to try and convince Ryan to get Discord as well. He's a bit sus on it. I was doing a few laps of Bathurst today in the GR2. I was doing 153s. Oh, okay. You can go over the top of the mountain full throttle at 160. Nice. I'll stick with the fuel burner 4 for now, even though I've only overtaken one person. There's quite a big pack in front of me. I'll see where it's going later on in the race. And if I need to turn it back up, then I can. I just did the fastest lap, so... see if I can steal a bit of slipstream. Tell you what, they're all going to pit before me anyway. I'm pretty much just going to have to peel into the pits when they do, even though I don't need to. But yes, because it is the Bathurst 6 hour tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to watch it live. But for you international guys, it's live streamed on the Bathurst 6 hour channel. So you just got to look that up, and that's where you can view it. I'll have to record it on Foxtel. Oh, oh, gee whiz! You just don't anticipate them going that slow. Uh-oh, I've got upset children in the background. But there you go, I'm getting through the pack now, so yeah, no, I'll leave it as it is. Doesn't matter if it takes me the whole time to catch up to the front. I don't understand why the game does not start you off with a full tank of fuel for the endurance races. Me either. Is there a guy racing with a Yaris? Quite possibly, it feels like it. Or have I read the website wrong? Oh no, there probably is. Yeah, it's a multi-class. The Bathurst 6 hours is a multi-class thing. You won't get GT3 cars, things like that in there. It's, yes, I think like Chaz Mostert, who's if you don't know, is one of the larger, well-known Australian supercar drivers. Like last year, he raced, I believe, in a Focus, a Ford Focus. So, I mean, it's a pretty tricked out Ford Focus. Don't think of just a sort of regular one. It's a race car, but yeah. I'm not even quite sure, Ron, if Ron's still with us, he might know if it's classified as GT4, the top class or not. 3 through McPhillamy, you wouldn't read about it. You definitely would not read about anyone overtaking 3 cars through McPhillamy unless it was because of a large accident. Oh, they go so slow. I cannot even anticipate their pace. Oh. What have we stopped for, guys? What have we stopped for? Like, I can't drive cleanly around people driving that slowly. Oh, you make sure you pull in front of me before you brake, though. Just get out of the way, dickhole. You don't often see people overtaking down the outside of the dipper either. Try and steal some slipstream. I'm going to lose that spot. They are slower than GT4, yeah. The Focus did win last year, yeah, you're right. So, what sort of cars would you classify them as? What are they, sort of sports sedans, or...? Because I don't think they've got improved production mixed in with the class either. That is a category of cars I do love. It's so hard to actually race cleanly around AI that are so slow in the corners. Looking at the helicopter, I think they're going through their wallet to see how many coins they've got to buy a can of Coke after the race. Improved production is essentially the category. Yeah, okay, cool. It's a good form of racing. Good form of racing. There's a few videos up of improved production and such on YouTube as well, so if you're not sure the sort of cars you'll see on there. But it's good to see it gain some traction. They're on TV this year, which is a first. It was all live streamed. Oh, I was going to try and sneak up the inside. Still only 14th though, so... Oh. There you go, cleanly past two of them. Over the top. Tell you one thing, running it on this setting though, fuel burn on 4, if you don't get it done by Forest Elbow here, you ain't getting it done till you get back to turn 2. Or they're slowing down to flip the bird at all the bogans, they might be too. There wouldn't be that many bogans at the 6 hour or the 12 hour, it's mainly the Bathurst 1000 you'll see them. Taken massive leaps in the last few years, it really has, It's actually great to see motorsport, a lot of smaller category motorsports in Australia have really started to pick up momentum. Australia's never really been much of a motorsporting country. It probably sounds weird, given that we have had some F1, not a lot, but some decent Formula 1 drivers, obviously a lot of MotoGP, but I remember back when Casey Stoner was winning championships, he'd be lucky if he got a 2-minute news segment on the news. Like, people just don't care. If it's not about cricket or football, the Australian general public does not give a toss. So the motorsports scene, and really, you know, I don't know what the right word for it is, the people that are into motorsports, was actually very, very small. Oh, that's so slow. So to see some of these smaller category races, because as far as I'm aware, the Bathurst 6 hour really, you can give me some racing room, and I'm going to run you out wide because I'm a dick. Yeah, to see little, you know, smaller, not well-known categories like this Bathurst 6 hour, gaining some traction, getting actually played on TV, that's kind of a big deal, and I really think motorsport is picking up in Australia. In before electric cars take over. Well, that's top 10. I've had to bash and crash my way here, but I've made it. I hate the AI, they always seem to get in your way. Oh, absolutely. When you're flying, I'm struggling to get the 911 GT3 RS race done at Suzuka as they keep getting in your way. Oh, they're horrendous. They're actually just a bigger hindrance than anything. Oh. Don't you cut me off. Around the outside of the chase. I'll take that spot into the final turn. In the Murrays. Is it only on Fox? Yes. But if you have a VPN, you can just get it straight off the Bathurst. Oh, I was leaving a bit of racing space. Left my braking too late. I'll get overtaken here because I have no power. If you have a VPN, you could watch it straight off the Bathurst 6-hour website. International guys, which is probably most people watching right now, you can just live stream it, no VPN required, obviously being out of the country. But in Australia, Fox now have the rights for it. Which, oh, well, I think it's great because I've got Fox. I have had for a lot of years, but I guess if you don't have that, I would, yeah, just get a VPN. And live stream it straight off the website. But yes, now getting back to the whole motorsport sort of growing in Australia, I think it is really starting to gain some traction, which is good. A little bit more exposure for our racing stars overseas. Like back when Mick Doolan was winning 5 straight championships, no one ever knew about it. Like people sort of knew the name Doolan, but they knew nothing about it. No one ever watched the racing. Very, very little airtime. And I know in a lot of European countries, motorsport is a much bigger deal. So yeah, it's just kind of nice. It's kind of nice to see it. I'm looking forward to it. I won't be able to watch it live, but I will most likely put it on once I get home, put the kids to bed, chuck it on, and that'll be my Sunday evening. Left braking very late then, but I got it done. How am I going on time? Oof, hope I can finish this. You get the Australian sports channels? Nice, as in Fox Sports. Fox 5 is what I think you need. I think it's on 505 tomorrow. So if you get the Fox Sports, 11 Sports, you get the free-to-air Australian ones out there. Absolute shit. Half the reason I got Foxtel was because, well, because some of the categories I watch aren't on free-to-air TV. But also the ads, the relentless, brutal ads. Every couple of minutes you're getting like a 3-minute ad break. It's horrendous. I can tell you the people that run and own those networks couldn't give a toss about motorsport. Very slowly. Up the inside of that one. That's up to 5th. That's a pretty normal overtaking spot as well. People starting to pit or what's going on? I'm guessing if I'm at a quarter of a tank with a fuel burn of 4, some of the front guys have pitted. Maybe I should as well. Yeah, I am, Miko. I am doing the longer endurance race. I've got the fuel burn down to 4 to try and make it a little bit more competitive. Not sure if it's working. But I'm 8 laps in and I'm not winning, so that is a good sign. Yeah, I hate watching supercars, and I just hate watching any motorsport on any of the Australian free-to-air channels. In fact, I don't watch free-to-air TV at all. I'm either watching... I don't really watch that much Foxtel either, to be honest. I don't watch that much TV. I watch all my motorsport. And then pretty much either YouTube series or Netflix. Pretty much where I'm at. I was reading it's on 505, but you don't have Foxtel. Yeah, it is on 505. Well, I suppose I better pit. Not because I need to, but just because they have. But yeah, I love the GR2 cars in this update. Absolutely love it. It's great to see a new category. It's something long overdue. So I give PD 11 out of 10 for that. Adding a new category and 3 cars within the category is great. It wouldn't have surprised me if they just put 1 GR2 car in, but they didn't. They put 3, so that's good. This Lexus GT3 car, not a fan of. Not a fan of at all. It feels strange the way it builds revs in the lower half of the rev range. It just hasn't. You can see it there just as I shift gear. You can see the red bar that's counting up the RPM. You can see that bouncing around in the first half. It bounces up and down. You can feel that in the car on the road. Yeah, not a massive fan. Just doesn't quite feel right. But I'm going to pit just because they are. Keep the racing competitive. Oh, mate, shit the bed. He's out of spin. Coming into pit lane. Lol. He's done an oink. I've stayed on hard compound tyres. I'm tipping I could probably have put on mediums or soft there too. Oh no, everyone else putting on hard. It's like Sky here in Italy. They own the rights for both MotoGP and F1, and they offer a non-HD. Thanks for exiting me from the pits in third gear, miles too late. They offer a non-HD littered with ads free to watch channel. Most of the races are broadcast with a 3 to 5 hour delay. Well, the live TV here is mostly, like the free-to-air TV, is mostly live, but the ad breaks are just relentless, and like, I can't do it. I've been too long without having to deal with it, and if I'll go around somewhere, like if I'm not at home and a race is on, and it's on TV, on a free-to-air, at a pub or something like that, I can honestly barely watch it. It drives me absolutely batty. But Superbike, World Superbikes has been taken off free-to-air a long time ago. Formula 1, they can only play about half the races, if not less. And I think this year it must be down to nearly none, because I think they're losing the F1 altogether. And I also think MotoGP is still under contract, but I don't think they're renewing that. So that does suck, because obviously a lot less people have pay TV. Pretty much that's a statistic I think you'll probably find works in all countries. There's a lot more people just watching free-to-air TV, but it means that those people are going to have a lot less exposure to motorsport. So the whole thing I was just saying before about motorsport picking up in Australia and getting more momentum, will definitely be affected by the lack of motorsport on free-to-air TV. And the supercars rounds, I think, well, I know last year they only got, again, maybe half the rounds, even the Australian Supercar Series. But I don't know how it works in other countries. In Australia, I can honestly see once my parents' generations, the baby boomers, the people born sort of, you know, from 1945 to 1960 odd, in that region. Once they grow old and die, I reckon you'll find free-to-air TV will cease to exist. I just don't think there'll be people watching it, any profit in it. So I reckon we're in the twilight years of free-to-air TV in general. It's all going to be subscription-based. See you, Ryan. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Always good to have you here, even if you can't join for the banter. Where am I? Third and 5 seconds behind. Well, that's okay. It's lap 11 and I'm not winning. So this tactic's working okay. No, that's second place. How did I just take 2 seconds out of second place? Make that 3 seconds. Make that 4.8 seconds. Might be time to turn my fuel burn down again. It sounds like one of my 2.5-year-old daughters has got my wife's high heels on. That's, if you're wondering what that clippy cloppy sound is, that's what it would be out on the timber floor. Never watched TV, so there's no I would pay price. Yeah, look, it does suck, Emulan. It really does, because Foxtel is so overpriced as well. But I watch so much motorsport, so many series of motorsport, that it kind of makes it worth it. Because if you sort of think, if you're paying for separate, they don't all offer subscriptions. But if they offered, if say the supercars, Formula 1, MotoGP, the World Superbikes, let's say they all offered individual subscription services and you paid for them all, you're sort of going to end up paying the same amount anyway. Did anyone else see the ad for Netflix covering the docu-series on the F1 season? No, I didn't, actually. Probably not. You're not in Australia, are you, Dom? Probably not on Australian Netflix. Australian Netflix is not that great because Foxtel own the rights to so much shit, and the free-to-air stations as well. They have exclusive rights on them. So things like Netflix can't add it to their library. It does seem appropriate though that I would do this offline Bathurst race, endurance race today, given that it is the Bathurst 6-hour weekend. Well, 23 seconds up the road. We got us a good old-fashioned challenge here. This is good. I like it. So they've made one AI semi-decent. Bit wide. You are in Melbourne. Okay. Okay. Well, no. That's awesome then. That is awesome. Motorsport will begin to arrive on platforms like Netflix and Amazon. Oh, not whilst Foxtel have got the helms, I don't think. Did anyone? Yeah. Oh yeah, if you've just joined the stream and you're one of those people that's been asking, I have a Discord now. I would love to invite you to go and join that. Even if you don't have Discord, it's worth checking out. I think it's going to be a great way to communicate and chat whilst off stream. Foxtel should have need to read that one up. Mountain Straight, it was a bit too long for the pit straight. Foxtel should have so you can do sports only. Would save a lot of money, and I think you get a lot more subscribers. Yeah, I completely agree. I know why they don't do that, but they should absolutely offer all of their packages pretty much solo. I can understand if you sort of can't get, say, the movie channels separately. You have to get the movie channels and the drama pack. Something like that I can understand, but I think I think you should be able to get sports by itself. That's certainly what I'd have if I could. But that's cool about the Formula 1 series on Netflix, I might have to look that up actually. But I'm not sure if services like Netflix and the like would ever really get into live streaming sports. I don't know about that, because it kind of goes against what they sort of do, isn't it? The fact that it's anytime on demand sort of thing. Be nice if they did, but I just can't see it happening. And in Australia, with Foxtel clamping the rights, anything they buy, you can expect to not see that anywhere else. Won't air until, yeah, obviously, yeah. You joined it, Miko. Nice, I like it. Love your work. Again, thank you to everyone that has joined the Discord. And also thank you to those who have joined me now. I know it's a bit of an odd time for my streams. Catch a few people off guard. I think it suits the UK guys well. Maybe the US people. It's probably be early evening, I suppose, in the US. You should try and make ranks for the server. How do you mean? How do you mean ranks? Oh, there you go. Pons has gone on to mediums. He's going to do himself a medium stint. I won't be doing that. I'll be sticking squarely with hards. What have I got? 10 laps. About 20 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just keeping an eye on the time. As stated earlier in the stream, if I'm late, I might get muted. Just a cheeky offline early morning stream, is all this was. The other thing I haven't done in this race, like I know, obviously I've run the fuel burn mixture on 4 the whole time, sticking with hard compound tyres, we know that. But I also haven't really been pushing that hard for individual lap times. Like I haven't been worrying about how fast I'm going, I'm just kind of getting the lap done. So yeah, if you're going to do this race yourself, maybe check something on YouTube or Netflix on the Monitor next to you. Kind of watch that, listen to that, and also do this race at the same time. That'll probably help. Probably help make the race a bit more competitive for you. Oh, mate's in the pits. I should probably pit then, shouldn't I? So that I'm not doing less pit stops because the fuel burn's on less. Sticking with hards. Don't need a lot of fuel to get to the end of the race. By the way, how's the frame rate going? I've upped the bit rate that I'm live streaming out at. And what else did I do? Something else as well. So hopefully I'm not dropping frames. Hopefully the streams. Oh, I upped it to 60 FPS instead of 48. Super Crunch, welcome to the stream. Great to have you along. Good to have a few of the names that possibly can't get into every of my other stream. Good to see a few of you float back through. Don't you just love the sound of a 2.5-year-old running through a timber floor with high heels on? Doesn't that sound great? It sounds like someone's outside my room just on the hammer, doesn't it? Is that first place? Oh, that's first place already. I've caught him a bit prematurely. You're watching at 360. Oh, that sucks. Sucks, Luca. Looking pretty HD for me. Nice. I like it. That's good as long as I'm not dropping frames. It should be one of the better quality streams I've pushed out. In terms of quality, not what I'm necessarily saying. It's very hard to brain this early in the morning for me. And I don't actually know when my next live stream will be. It's gonna get difficult to do. We've got, what's today? Saturday, so we've got Easter tomorrow. Tomorrow's out. I've got to work Monday now. So we might be looking at a bit of a gap through to Tuesday before I stream next. We'll find out. I'll see. I'll do my best. You got a sick Red Bull livery? Doesn't it come with a Red Bull livery? I thought they all came with Red Bull liveries. Oh, that's too much. Well, there you go. First mistake of the race. Oh well. That's probably good. Gives our mate a bit more of a lead, doesn't it? Such a bizarre feeling to do a race, but not want to catch the lead, like not want to catch the people in front of you too quickly. Still gained like 2 seconds on him since the spin. Screen sharing from tab to big screen getting 480p. Yeah, okay. Is there any way to search the highest rated liveries of all time in GTS? It's a good question, Haven. I actually don't know. If you can, you'd be off the website, not off not in-game itself, I'd imagine. Getting a bit slap happy now, aren't I? Without just scrolling through the different rates, yeah. That's one thing that does concern me. They kind of archive them pretty quickly, so they're not in the... It's not always... I guess the tactic is so that it's not always in the same discoverable. Like, if you type something in, you're going to get the same cars every time you look, but they seem to sort of archive them into old files quite quickly. So it might be a difficult thing to do. And select most popular, yeah, and you'd have to select old liveries as well, I reckon. Oh, I was reading chat. Whatever. What do we got? 7 laps to go. 8 laps, really. 7.5. We'll go 7.5 laps. I still feeling pretty comfortable. I should be able to catch him by then. I'm 24 seconds ahead of second. At least make everyone's AI. You know, if this guy ahead of me, if that was the level of the AI in last place, and everyone else was just slightly better from there, it might be okay. But see, even this one dude here is substantially better than every other AI in the race. Yeah, go to the GTSport's website, that's what I thought, Dominic. Oh yeah, I think on the Discord, well I don't think, I know, as soon as I finish this stream, on the Discord I'm going to add a GT Sport livery section as well. because I know people love to share the liveries, and there's some really cool liveries floating around. So I might put that little section up as well. Everyone can get their fix of liveries. And if I get the chance this weekend, which I may not now that I've lost a day, I will update the website and get a livery section on that as well. And I'll put a link, put a picture on the website and a link to the GTSport's website of all the liveries that either I've done or Ryan has done on the stream. Or maybe not even on the stream, just in general, all the liveries we've done. So if anybody wants them, because I do get a few questions asking me where they can download the liveries from, or they saying they can't find them or what have you. So I think that'll be a nice addition, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to update the website now. Sort of spent my allocated time doing that stuff yesterday on the Discord. They are just crazy mental slow over the top of the mountain. It's nice with that sun going down though, isn't it? All hazy and such. Thing's got some serious mumbo on a straight line though, which I think is why it's so far in front of all the other cars. But yeah, it seems odd. I'm 28 seconds in front of everyone. Look at that thing go down the straight. The website is amazing for liveries. Oh, it's heaps better. Yeah, it's heaps better. And because you can sign into your own account, it means you can actually, if you find a livery on the website you like, you can actually just add to your collection straight from the website. You don't have to log into the PlayStation, find the livery again, and add it. You can do it straight from the website. So, and you can like it and comment on it and all that sort of stuff as well, I think. So it's pretty good. It's a good deal. I did see on Reddit a little while ago, mind you, and I haven't seen much since, that someone is trying to make a Gran Turismo Sport app, phone app, giving you some functionality. I don't know how much. I'm hoping at least as much functionality is on the website, plus the stats that are on Kudos Prime. If someone made that phone app, I would download it for sure. Haven't heard much in a while. It's not something Polyphonic Digital are obviously going to do, which is a shame. A sneaking suspicion. Yep. Didn't even mean to overtake then, and it actually just put me off. I was about to say I have a sneaking suspicion this is the lap I take the lead. Just unfathomably slow. It's a bit laughable actually. Can I post a link? I have an app. You can't, but if Hemulin is still floating around, he can post a link. So unless you let Hemulin know if it's something quite cool. In the Discord you can post links, but in this chat here, if you're looking to post a link, depending on what it's for, you'd have to chat to Hemulin about that one, because he is the only one that can post links in the chat. But in the Discord, you'll be able to post whatever you want in the livery section. And I've caught the back of the pack as well. Well, anyway, I have now completed the new Bathurst endurance race in the GR3. Well, I haven't completed it. I'm 5 laps from completing it, but the challenge is over. Yes, the new Bathurst endurance race. Hard to get excited about things when the AI is so poor. And in hindsight, I probably could have left my fuel on 6 instead of 4. But it's done now. And I've used the new Lexus LCF. Oh, Jesus. Good grief. I can't actually pull up in time to go as slow as they're going. It shows the daily races and stuff, including some details about the numerical value of your ratings as a driver. What's that? What does? Is there some sort of app, phone app? Or is this the one I was talking about on Reddit? I don't go to Reddit as often anymore because it's just liveries and scapes. Every time you log on, you got to sift through. Yeah, you've probably got one decent post for every 15 livery / scapes. So I just kind of walked away from the Reddit a little bit. I check up on it from time to time. But I think I've now, between the stream I did the other night and this stream here, I reckon I've just about done. I've at least sampled and experienced this patch enough now to move on from it. I most likely won't be using this Lexus again until it's patched. Something's changed with it. It just doesn't feel right. It's a bit strange. But the GR2 cars I'm excited for. And Tsukuba is a decent track. It's not bad. It's short. But I think it'll be quite good fun in GR4 races and maybe even road car races because it is such a small, tight lap. It's going to make the slower end cars Jeez, that was actually a purple sector. A bit short-lived though. Ugh. I actually can't slow down enough. A bit of contact. Ooh, I wonder if our mate's preserving some fuel as well. I've actually ripped past him, but I'll get overtaken by our mate behind me. No, he's backed off. I'm getting real sleepy. Catching the next one. No worries, Luke. Thanks for joining. I understand it's very late for a lot of you guys. It's a strange time for me to stream. But I appreciate you stopping by, everyone, anyway. You're off to see Ready Player One. Nice. I've heard really good things about that. I will be going to see that myself at some stage. So enjoy. But and thanks for stopping by as well. For those wondering, the stream does only go for another 3 laps there. Once I finish this race, I will be ending the stream pretty much straight away. But it's great to have you all join. Thank you for everyone that has liked as well. I have noticed there's a few likes crept up, so I appreciate that. And of course G-Rex for the super chat. You are far too kind to me, sir. I avoided contact this time. I'm starting to get a handle on how slow they are. Although I think this guy might be a bit quicker. I must be a little bit further up the pack now. Steal a bit of a slipstream. And I've run out of speed. Give me racing room, don't you cut me off. Good boy. Ugh. Picked that wrong. Thought he might have sat it onto the outside. And just 2 laps to go. Yeah, thanks again, Luca. Much appreciated. DMJS, been a while. How are things, mate? Good, good. It has been a while. I hope you've been keeping very well. It's great to have you pop in. So it hasn't been... Oh, Jesus. There he goes. And there I go, right on back. Yes, it has been a little while, but that's why I just wanted to try and jump on, even though it's a bit of a nothing stream. Obviously a short hour and a half offline racing stream. But I thought it gives me a chance to sample a little bit more of what this patch had to offer. And I've actually been able to catch up with a couple of people who've blown in and blown out, who wouldn't normally get to join because my stream is early in the morning for them. It doesn't even have to be early. I think in the UK it's usually about 10:30 AM or something like that when I go live. But I suppose a lot of people school and work and uni and whatever else and don't get the opportunity, so it's good to jump in. Obviously I wanted to let everyone know as well that I've got a Discord now. Pretty big deal for me. I knew nothing about Discord really. Spent the day yesterday setting it up, getting to learn it. It's actually pretty cool. I'd love to get all of my subscribers on Discord, to be honest, just because it's a good way of communicating, I think. So that was something else, and I also just wanted to wish everyone a happy Easter. Oh, bugger it, I'm here now. I may as well just dive up the inside. There we go. Wasn't going to go the overtake, but when opportunity presents itself, you've got to go for it. So, you know, different stream times, time zones are always hard, but different stream times are going to result in different things for some. Some people, yeah, the mornings work really well, and I presume those people that regularly turn up from the UK and such, it does suit them well. I doubt it ever suits the US well, because it's normally like 6 AM or 5:30 or something like that in the morning when I go live. But yeah, that's the point. And then now, because it is so late over in Europe in the evening, some people won't mind. Like I myself usually start till sort of 12:30 most nights, so it wouldn't worry me. But there are some people who do need to go to bed early, and it's not going to suit them. But yeah, time zones are hard. If I can jump on, provide a few different times to work with, then I reckon we're going alright. Oh, I just cannot get my brain around their pace. Yeah, it's about 11:30 in the UK. That is that's the thing. So for some people right now is not a bad time. Bear in mind I did start sort of an hour and a half ago. So it's not too bad a time for some people, but there are others that, you know, will need to, or just regularly go to bed earlier. So I miss those guys, but it is what it is. It's just nice to have you here anyway. It's nice to catch up with a few people that can't always make my streams. It's also the first weekend in about 6 that I've actually had any time at all to do a live stream. So it's cool. I like it. Hopefully after this weekend, which is Easter of course, things can go back to a little bit more normal, a little bit more of a regular streaming schedule. And I can actually start to think about races, fun races. Maybe not necessarily as big as the Bathurst 1.2 hour, but other events like that, or even just a smaller series of events. You know, maybe try and pick one night where we can get everyone in on the online servers and run a bit of a championship of some sort. Who knows? Got some ideas though. Got a heap of videos I've been wanting to make for weeks. So yeah, should be a good time for my channel over the next sort of month or two, I hope. They've got no pace. That's an understatement. I don't know that GT has ever had the best AI. Oh, he swerved out to the left, because of course he did. Why wouldn't you just stay on the racing line? And I could have gone up the inside. It is the final lap though. How'd I go on fuel this time around? 7%. I still got 1.2 laps remaining. Got heaps. Heaps of fuel. And I actually short fueled at our last stop too. Nice Saturday morning drive at Bathurst. Exactly right, Super Crunch. Exactly right. Championship would be a good idea. Just need to pick drivers that can actually race fair. Piosko and Moldovich are great drivers. I've got a lot of people actually that have joined a lot of my online servers that are really good clean races. So I've been quite lucky. I've fully anticipated having just trolls and people that come in just to be a dick and ruin everyone's race, and I really haven't had that. I've probably got one or two that are on the aggressive side, you could say. Perhaps sometimes a little bit too much so. But for the most part, I think I've had some pretty clean racing throughout that Bathurst 1.2 little event I did. Congratulations, wins for this race 1. And let me tell you, it will be the only time I do that race. Unless they massively patch the AI and give me an AI slider bar. They're on about 20% now. Let me put them on about 98%. Oh, level 34 as well. Nice. Yeah, championship's obviously going to be inconsistent because you're going to have different people turning up every time, but it might just be a fun thing to keep track of on the website, everyone's names that participated and how many points they've got, and yeah, see if some regulars can turn up, get some points, and yeah, who knows? Who knows? Plenty of ideas. Bob, I don't even think I've said hello to you. But hi, it used to have superior AI compared to other titles in the days gone by. Yeah, I feel like it did. I feel like back in the day it was quite good. By the way, is chat much better on the screen now? I changed the colours of the writing and the text, and also how long it stays on the screen. So I'm hoping it's a little bit nicer to read. I got some donations ticking by there for those people that have donated. So yeah, that is what it is. You just joined the Discord, Kraz. Awesome. Great to have you come along. Thank you to everyone that's... Obviously, I haven't been able to check. But I feel like I've heard a few little noises come through to let me know plenty of people have joined the Discord. Do appreciate that. I'm going to keep pumping that out for a while because I'd like to get a decent-sized community on there. I just feel like it's a good thing. But, yeah. I've ignored you. You'll get over it in time. I didn't mean to, Bob. Rest assured, I didn't mean to. But now that I'm not ignoring you, it's great to have you here. Chat is better. Good, good. Chat, I was sort of looking through. Actually, I don't have a lot of time to watch my old streams. I might check one or two bits and pieces. But I actually sat down last night while I was playing Destiny 2, dead game, I know, whatever. And I had it on. I kept looking over and I thought, that chat is really hard to actually read and understand. There's almost no point in having it. So I thought, I need to go and change that. So change the layout of it, the colours. It's better. I think I needed to give some benefit to the people that have donated to me. I don't want them to go by just because I wasn't set up as a streamer to sort of to show that off. I don't think there was any notifications or anything, but that's going through by. So hopefully it's all a little bit more pleasant. The stream quality was a bit better because I've upped the bitrate and the frames. So yeah, thank you everyone that has joined me for this stream. I am going to be ending it fairly abruptly right now. Make sure if you have enjoyed any part of it to leave a like. Obviously check out my YouTube channel. If you're new, hit subscribe there. But if you're already subscribed and you know what's going on, then jump on over to my Discord, join that, and I'm damn sure I'll be talking to you there very shortly. Thanks very much, guys. I'll talk to you